I can't do this.
What do you mean? Read it.
Am I supposed to read it if I... Name the worst burger pop-up in the area. If not, then claim you're the best.
I don't.
Welcome to Line Check's Battle of the Houses. This is a contest featuring back of house and front of house. These are all service industry and hospitality professionals.
My name's Nicole. I have worked in service industry for about 25 years, and I'm front of the house at Terrible Burger.
My name's Ryan. I've worked in the service industry for over probably 15 years now. And I work for... Oh, I work back of the house at Terrible Burger. I'm sorry, I don't know front from back.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
My hand was first.
Was it?
Ladies first. You're a gentleman. Have you ever had a bad Yelp review about yourself?
I don't think we're on Yelp.
We're not, thankfully. If anybody had a bad Yelp review, it would be me.
You do, yeah, you do have some.
No, I don't. I don't have any. We don't have a Yelp.
No, from working at Row.
Oh, well, that's different. We're not talking about Row, but so anyways. Okay. Stupid. Hey guys, if you want to support the channel and the people who run it, all you have to do is subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to smash the like button.
Smash it. I got it.
You got it.
How should tips be distributed between the houses?
That's a hard one. I mean, I think that it all kind of depends. I think that, for us, we share all of the tips for the most part. Yes, because all of our digital tips you keep, and I keep the cash tips. We share the tips.
We do share tips.
But I've worked in restaurants where the entire restaurant will share tips, and I think that sometimes that's important so that back of the house still gets a little bit extra. But I've also worked at restaurants where they will do like a service fee, and that service fee will, at the end of the month, go onto the back of the house's checks, and they get like an extra $200, $300 on each check, and I think that's awesome and a great way to run your business.
When I used to work at Togo's, the owner got some of our tips.
That's rude as fuck.
I don't know. I was like 17.
I don't think owners should get tips at all.
He said he should.
Well, he was an asshole. That's why Togo's is going out of business. So sorry, Togo's. Your arms are longer.
What is your go-to meal after a pop-up?
Well, because I usually eat a terrible burger during a pop-up, I'm never hungry afterwards. But if we're at Ambitious Sales, then I definitely always want Thunderbolt pizza. So shout out to Thunderbolt, because their Italian sub and Jay is awesome, and the Italian sub there is just fire. I always want that. Other than that, we usually eat at work, so I don't usually eat anything after work.
We eat sweets though.
But we're not supposed to.
Yeah, we're not supposed to, but we eat sweets.
Yes.
Stupid marriage.
That was with my ring finger too. Tell us your best, worst in the weed story.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm like, I already know which one you're gonna
It's kind
say.
of traumatizing talking about it. So we do stuff for Hollywood. We'll go to the sets and we'll cater to the crew. And since we've started doing it, people have our names kind of gotten around, and so people hear that Terrible Burger is going to come, and they don't eat the lunch or the dinner that they give them. They're like, no, we're going to wait for Terrible Burger. And so when we show up and we set up, and I'm doing the onions and we're prepping everything, there's already a line deep. There's a PA with orders for the crew, for the cast, and I'm just already immediately in the weeds.
There's 150 people usually that we're serving, and so we've done it 3 times. The first time was super easy because they didn't all come at once, and then the second time was brutal. It was like a stress test where like literally probably 60 people came all at once.
Yeah.
And it's just me and him working this, making
now
burgers.
we
had
have a
to get a
third.
third person for
now we have
the
a
third
third. We
pop-up.
learned.
But yeah, that was definitely, I knew exactly that you were gonna say that because that was the worst day of our life.
That's a huge stress test. And it was, and then we have like the vegans and the vegetarians.
And they have all these modifications. They don't want this on it. They don't want that on it.
I don't make a patty that's ready to go. We use like
everything's fresh to
Impossible
order.
burgers. We'll use Impossible
for the yeah.
And those come out like hockey pucks. They're pretty frozen, so you have to defrost them and do all this crazy stuff. And you know, you have cast members that are asking for vegan burgers, and then you know, it just
gets
throws
gnarly.
a monkey wrench in everything.
And you have people just standing there hovering over you, watching you, like waiting for your burger, even though I said 45 minutes and you came back in 15 minutes. And I'm like, it's only been 15 minutes, go away.
And then you fully assemble the burger, and then they look at you and say, I didn't want pickles.
Yeah, right, yeah.
So yeah, and then
Have your orders ready, fuck.
Well, they did have their orders ready.
No,
they had
because he said pickles after we had already made it, and then we gave it to him, and he was like, oh, I didn't want pickles.
Oh.
That was on
I did press it though, because my hand was on
Your
top
hand
of your
went on
hand.
top of mine.
I pushed it down.
Ooh, this is a good one. What makes our burger unique from others?
Ooh.
That's a great question for you too, since you come up with a lot of the good specialty burgers.
Well, the original burger, when I think about cheeseburgers, I want something that's super kind of like melty and beefy and salty, but not too salty, and a little bit like sour, and you got to have a little bit of the heat. And I think that with our Doog sauce, it has like a little bit of acidity inside of it to help cut through the fat of the meat.
Explain what the Doog
cheese.
sauce is.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Nobody knows what Doog sauce is. Doog sauce is our homemade burger sauce that we do, and it's a little bit different. It has a little bit of a zing, a little bit of zest. So when you're eating the burger, it kind of makes you want to eat a little bit more. And so people have been known to eat 3 or 4 burgers in one sitting. And you know what? I need to have them sign a waiver. So,
You're silly.
I do. I'd be like, you know what? If you have a heart attack, it's not my fault. You know. So
I think what else makes our burgers unique though is that we make a lot of different kind of burgers. The Kuga burger, which is our Korean barbecue style burger with the house-made bulgogi sauce, is really good and something I don't think I've ever seen really anywhere. And our Taco Hell burger is like a Taco Supreme from Taco Bell. So I think what makes our burgers unique is that we like to have fun and do different kind of flavors and just create something that is fun and what we want. I don't know, like,
yeah, I mean,
we just decide that we want to do something and we fuck around and we do it.
yeah, we just think about something and then we're like, all right, well.
Ooh, that would make a good burger.
And most of the time, it's like not even the burger; it's like the theme of the burger. I'm like, ooh, I want to do like a burger of this theme, and then it just works out
Turns
somehow.
out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cheers to terrible burger.
Cheers. No shots yet.
Not yet. We're answering all the questions.
You're gonna not answer one watch. you just want a shot.
Do.
Ooh, that was a long finger
That was,
too.
yeah.
All right. What was your worst Karen customer experience? Oh.
Have we had any Karens? I really can't think of any Karens that we've had to deal with, thankfully.
No, yeah, luckily.
Yeah. None, thankfully.
None so far. But when I did work at Togo's, and this is a male Karen, so Karen. So this Karen, he asked for extra mayo. And I was like, all right, I got you. And I put extra mayo. And he was like, I said extra mayo. And I said, all right, extra mayo. You think I'm kidding? Is this a joke? Or what are you doing? And I'm like, I put extra mayo.
He talked to you like that?
Yeah, and then he
Damn.
kind of like belittled me and shit, and I was just like, dude, I don't know, I'm like, how old, working at this Togo's.
Yeah.
I think I mix up. I'd say Togo's or Quiznos, but it's Togo's. And so like this dude wanted like, I don't know, like 2 cups of mayonnaise on my sandwich,
Ooh.
and he ate it. But
he
yeah,
gave you shit
he
for
was just
not
giving
giving
me shit
him
for,
a gallon of mayonnaise
yeah,
on
a gallon.
his burger.
I probably could have gave him a gallon.
Yeah.
But he didn't ask for a gallon. He asked for extra mayo. And
Yeah.
I was just like, it was kind of a gross sandwich too. So
Anything
yeah.
with too much mayo is gross.
But he was like a real like mayo slut. Like he was like, I want extra mayo.
That ain't enough mayo.
Yeah, he was a weird guy.
I've had lots of Karens working bartending in past jobs and things like that, but I don't know, none that stick out enough that I would remember because
The
there's
mayo
lots
guy,
of Karen.
though.
The mayo guy. That's
I
the
like
Caron.
I like mayonnaise, but this Caron, he was like, he loved mayonnaise. So there's more mayonnaise than meat on the sandwich.
Gross.
Yeah.
Ooh. How do you feel when a guest doesn't leave a tip?
I don't care.
You don't care?
For what we're doing.
Yeah, I mean, still, I guess you're right. I don't necessarily care for our pop-ups, for the burger pop-ups. I'm super appreciative because
Yeah,
people
cool.
are super, super sweet when they do it. But
Yeah.
I think for myself as bartending and serving and that kind of a thing, I think absolutely leave a tip if you get good service and the food was great and you had a good experience. I think that is part of the experience. So I think people suck when they don't tip. I think that that is kind of something that servers and bartenders and people in the industry are living off of, and they're giving you this great service because they're hoping that you're gonna be a good person and leave 20% possibly. And so I think if you don't because you're just being a cheap ass, then you suck. If you don't because you didn't have enough money, don't go out to eat. Like, don't go to a place that you can't afford that you're not going to be able to reciprocate that tip, because I think that is what it's like a known deal. I give you good service, I make you happy, I give you good food, I give you good drink, you give me some money at the end and we're all happy.
Tipping culture is like broken though. There's so much wrong with it to where like I feel like people just put up tips for everything. And like, I mean, tips are cool. Like, yeah, when I'm working, behind the bar and stuff, like, yeah, tips are really cool. But, like the guy that tints my windows,
But that's different. That's not a part of the tipping culture normally.
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
But like everyone's,
even my hairdresser, of course, I'm gonna tip her too. Like,
I feel
that's
like
a part of it.
The economy's so bad. Like, damn, everyone needs tips now. Like, that's what it feels like these days.
Then get in the service industry and you can get some tips.
Everyone's
but other
getting
than that,
tips.
sorry.
Yeah, you know what? They're probably gonna 7-Eleven's probably gonna have you want a tip? Like, I mean, you probably should tip those guys because
He's giving you your hot dogs.
Well, yeah, the hot dogs are good.
You're gross. You're a cheating ass.
You don't have to answer. How do you feel about social media influencers?
Ugh.
You want to skip it?
That's how I feel.
No, you already answered it.
Yes, we're gonna skip it. Can we skip it?
I feel like they're necessary evil. If you want to skip it, you can skip it.
It's my question, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we skip it. Do I only take a shot, or does we both take the shot?
Because it's for you, because you're skipping it.
Just me? Okay, just me.
Ooh. It's a fatty.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh. Oh, okay. Well,
Say your
she doesn't want to
piece.
talk.
You can say what you want.
Well, she doesn't want to talk about social media.
No,
influencers.
that's not it. I feel how I feel. You say how you feel.
Because she is a social media.
No, I'm not. Shut up.
She was just promoting Taco Bell yesterday.
I made a funny video about the new Big Cheez-It Crunch Wrap Supreme because it was delicious. I wasn't trying to influence.
She did though. She influenced like 6 people to go to Taco Bell.
On accident. Wrap it up.
You have to drink it. You can't sip on it. It's a shot.
Okay, sorry. Sure.
Okay, now we can go to the next question. Got distracted by bugs.
I did. What's your favorite drink at the Bamboo Club?
I like really good Mai Tai with some Dr. Bird in it because Dr. Bird is Jamaican rum and it has that nice funk, which I think a Mai Tai should have. So it makes you feel like you have your feet in the sand and you're somewhere where there's tropical drinks.
I want to answer this too, just because I love the Bamboo. And my favorite drink there is probably the River Dragon, created by my boy, D-Train. You know I love you. And it also has Ming River in it, which is one of my favorite spirits. So I think it's a super unique kind of a cocktail. Ming River is a Chinese spirit. And I love incorporating those flavors with a tiki cocktail. So shout out to the Bamboo.
Yeah, we love the Bamboo.
But have you heard about Bamboo Club's summer music series?
No, what is that?
They're gonna have live bands this summer until September 8th.
Wow, that's all summer.
All summer.
That's amazing.
I think we should go to one.
We probably should because we're down the street.
Yes.
And then I can have a Mai Tai.
And then I can have a River Dragon.
Mmm. I was gonna say, let's put our hands down here.
You let me have that one, I feel like. What's the worst establishment you worked at? You have to name it and why.
Oh, well, when I worked at Ferns.
Dang, you're calling out Ferns.
No, I'm just saying, I'm time referencing something. When I worked at Ferns, which used to be on 4th Street, which is crazy that I say that because I'm saying it used to be because that was the spot. And then it's been like 3 spots since. But it was on 4th Street, and the owner, Adam, one time he needed some help down at the Nugget. And the Nugget was
the
Hawk before it was the Hawk. And I went down there to do and it was like, back then the Nugget was kind of crazy. It was a little rough.
It was very rough.
Very rough. And I go down there and I'm doing security, I'm doing bar back or... No, I didn't do bar back that night. I was just doing security and I was just kind of monitoring things. And I was doing bar back duties like clean up and stuff like that. So I showed up out of I think Renee was like, oh, I need you to go over there. They need somebody at the Nugget. And I was like, all right, I'll go, I'll do it. And then I go there and, I don't think I stayed there for more than 30 minutes or to 45 minutes because when I got there, somebody had a cake fight and it was just they were throwing cake all over the place. And I was just like, no, I don't really work at the Nugget. So I walked out.
Were they trying to make you clean up the cake?
Yeah, it was a part of
your duties.
It was a part of my duties, but I didn't work at the Nugget. I worked at Ferns.
So you said fuck that and you didn't clean up the cake?
I said fuck that. I'm leaving because I told the people I was like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
This is not some crazy...
I thought you were going to tell the story of when they made you fucking clean up the worms underneath the kegs at Ferns. No, are we not supposed to talk about that? Ferns isn't there anymore. It's not like they're going to shut it down.
Okay.
What's going to happen to them now? Nothing.
I don't know.
Done.
It's just,
You didn't want to say that.
Yeah, I think, that was a little weird. I never...
It's a little weird.
That was a little weird.
That was gross as fuck.
But I think but honestly, looking back at it, I think being at the Nugget and then walking into a fucking cake fight where there's shit all over the pool tables, on the wall.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I didn't show up to work to clean birthday cake off everything immediately. So I just kind of walked out and I went back to Ferns the same night.
That's not that bad of the worst establishment. So for a cake fucking thing,
Yeah, well,
I get it. But that's not that bad.
As much as people talk shit about Ferns, I love Ferns.
Well, I loved Ferns too. I grew up there.
And I don't want to speak ill on Ferns, even though there was worms in the fridge that I had to clean up.
Under the keg. It was just under the keg.
Under the kegs. I don't know how the fuck the worms got in there. It was like a scene from that movie. What is it? With the guy that did the Sprite commercials.
Drake?
And David Duchovny.
Don't know.
Evolution. Yeah, it was like a scene from Evolution when you see those little worm trails and stuff, and then there's like a big old alien, but there was no alien. It was just worms. You let me have it.
No, I didn't. I knew you were gonna get it.
I can't do this.
What do you mean? Read it.
Am I supposed to read it if I... Name the worst burger pop-up in the area. If not, then claim you're the best.
I mean, I don't eat enough burgers like that to know a worst burger pop-up or any burger pop-ups besides the couple homies, but I'm just gonna claim I'm the best. We're the best. Yay! Cheers to Terrible Burger. We are top 16 right now in LA's Tournament of Cheeseburgers, so you know what I'm saying? We're gonna find out tomorrow if we're top 8. So
I forgot about that.
I will claim that we are the best.
Well, we are the only ones repping
Long Beach right now.
So that is crazy.
Yes.
And if we go to the next round, we go to Smorgasburg.
Which is even crazier, and that would be awesome.
I think everybody's going to be there, all the top 8. And then
top 8,
compete. Yeah. That's going to be crazy.
That'll be rad. I love it. Cheers to Terrible Burger.
Cheers. The worst coworker you've ever had to work with. Name them and why they sucked.
I am 1000% skipping this question because I don't like to burn bridges, and I got lots of motherfuckers on my list, so cheers to that.
Burning bridges is not good because you're gonna see somebody eventually somewhere.
Especially in our industry, you never know who you're gonna work with, who you're gonna see in the future, who you're gonna want to have some sort of a relationship with. So I'm a big believer in not burning bridges and trying to be cool with everybody. Yeah, just trying to be cool with everybody. That's how we should all be. So cheers to getting along.
You gotta shoot it.
That's what you get. That's a wrap. Thank you for participating.
Woo!
Cheers.
All right, we didn't get divorced.
That was fun.
Good.